Welcome. My name is Mr. Toba Tombari, and I'm the lead instructor for data analysis in Prominent Services Limited. So today we are going to look at analysis. After you've transformed your data, the next thing you have to do is to analyze. So how do we analyze the data? And I've brought up the customer service data we clean for us to start the analysis from here. So I will mention that the tool used for analysis in Excel is called pivot table. The tool used for analysis in Excel is called pivot table. Please don't forget that. Okay, so how do we start? So let's get on the work. Go to insert and you go to pivot table. Automatically it will highlight all the data. So the first thing you will do, ensure the cursor is within the data set. Don't click outside the data set. Ensure it is within the data set before you click on insert and pivot table. If not, it will not highlight the data. So if you've done that, you click OK. Now it takes you to a pivot table background. So I'll briefly go through the basics here and what you need to know about pivot table. Now, these are all the columns in the data set. So what you're going to analyze would be from the column. So the columns are your variables for analysis. Now the filter, if you want to filter some information like group them like date or different categories you want to use filter, you drag the column into that filter. Then column, any information you want it to appear in the column, you drag the column name or column header into the column. Then the rows, if you want your data to appear in a row, you also drag the column name into rows. Then value, you drag what you want to count or what you want to sum into value. So that's a brief explanation about that. So let's start. Now, before we start, we are going to analyze according to the objective. Remember, I told you into data cleaning, the exercise we did, that before you clean the data, you have to look at the objective. So it is the objective that will guide you. You can't do your analysis outside the objective, either formulated by you or formulated by the organization. First objective is how many customers call in. Second, how many complaints are resolved and all that. So we are going to take them one by one. So let's go to our Excel. How many customers calling? Now this represents total call, not really the customers are calling. So don't get confused. The objective might be trickish if it is set by some other person. So total, how many customers calling is like the total cost that came in. So how do we do that? Now we are going to count the ticket ID or customer name. You can use anyone. So if you drag the ticket ID into values, you're counting the number of calls that comes in. So okay, that sums the number up, which does not give us what we want. So let's use customer name. That's 100. 100 calls came in. Now, the reason why the ticket ID was about 5,000, and that's what you will be careful about. If you look at the data set, the ticket ID is numeric. So if you're counting the numbers, it will add all of them together, not counting them. So be careful about that. The next one is how many complaints are resolved. How many complaints are resolved? So issues. Oh, this this is objective number one. Total cost. So you copy from the column header and the number. You're copying the pivot table. So you've copied that. So you're going to remove that value so that you put the second objective. Okay, so how many complaints are resolved? Issues, priority, status, assigned to, open date and all that. Okay, so status, if you drag it to row, close in progress. So that's where you will know the one that is closed. The closed one is the resolved one. So you also drag customer name in values. You are trying to count the closed one and those issues in progress. So from here, you know that it's 65 that are resolved. Then number two, number of closed, or let's use the word they use, resolved complaints. Okay, to go to the next one, you also copy the analysis you have done. Why you're copying this is to avoid starting from the beginning to insert pivot table. So you will copy this and paste somewhere else and remove the values. Always give space. So you're going to remove the values that was inserted. Okay, this is pivot table is empty now, so you're going to also fill it. Let's look at the third objective. How many complaints are in progress? Okay, the second objective answered both the third one too. So number of resolved. Okay, so we are going to edit it. Number of complaints resolved and in progress. Okay, so that's 3 and 4. So 2 and 3 rather. So we look at number 4. How many customer agents attended to the customers within the period? Now the total number of let's say they're asking like to see the names of the customer agent that attended to this 100%. So let's see. Now the customer agent will be under assigned to. So we want it to also appear in rows. So we drag it into rows. We have Adeze, Ibrahim, and Neka. So these are the customer agents that attended to them. So we are also going to put the number of persons they attended to. Drag the names into values. We are counting. Okay. So Adeze attended 34, Ibrahim 33, and Neka 33 also. Is objective number 4. Customer agent, customer service agent. Okay, let's look at the next objective. Show customers complaint according to their priorities. Show customer complaints according to their priorities. Okay, that's number five. So we also copy this, give space, paste, Control V, we paste. So let's remove that. Show customers complaint according to their priority. So we are going to look at customer complaints, and we have the priority. Customer complaints are the issues. So we take um let's look at the priority row. Okay, there are three issues. Okay, so these are the issues. We take issues into rows, and we take priority into column. So two things you have to analyze: the priority and the issues. So let's look at the number of each of them. Drag the customer name into values. So it has counted. You can sort. Sorting is to bring the highest up or bring the highest down. Sort them either largest to smallest or smallest to largest. Okay, so all the issues, you look at their priorities. This is objective number five. Customers' complaints on their priorities and their priority. Okay, you must not copy the last one you did. So anyone you want to copy so far, it will bring the pivot table. You can do that. So copy this, give space, paste the pivot table, remove the values you have imputed. Let's check the next objective. This number six one says show customer service agents and their number of cases they close and those in progress. Okay, so we bring customer service agent that's assigned to. We also bring the status in column. So we count the numbers. So look at the close one. If you want to sort the close or resolve complaint, you can do that. If you want to sort the total, you can do that. Okay, so the most important one is the resolved cases or issues. So you can use that as a parameter of judgment or a basis of judgment. So Neka will be close 33, Ibrahim close 31, and Ade is a close 1. So there's no one in progress for Neka, 2 in progress for Ibrahim, and 33 in progress for Adeze. So if they ask you who is the best customer service agent, which one will you say? I will allow you to figure that out. But like I said, the clue I'm giving you, the resolved cases or issues is the most important 1. So if you want to decide or reward or evaluate performance, the closed cases is the very one to base your decision on. Okay, as customer service agent and number 6, customer service agent and the number of resolved and number of cases resolved and in progress. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Who is the best customer service agent according to the number of closed complaints and rating? So, according to number of closed complaints, we have identified NECALB. So let us look at this analysis also answer that objective. So you don't need to do another analysis again. So let's copy this. Now, if it is customer rating, customer service agent rating by customers, how will you analyze it? Okay, so we take the values out and we start fresh. So let's look at customer rating. So you have from 2.5 up to 4.9. You have not rated. Those who call, they might not rate, or those who visit the website and put in their query might not rate. So that's how not rated comes in. So let's look at the customer service agent assigned to columns. So we look at put their customer's name into values, click, hold and drag into the areas. This is objective number 7. Best customer service agent by rating. So how do we do the rating? We have 2.5 out of 5, 2.9 out of 5, 3 out of 5 and all the rest. Now, let me remind you that when it comes to analysis, it is technical. Look at all this has those who rated. So how would you judge the best? So how you will judge the best is not the aggregate or the total number of persons who rated. Rather, you judge by the highest number of those who rated high. By that I mean you have from 2.5 to 4.9. So 4.9 is the excellent level. So it's just like if someone called in and you will rate 2.5, that is poor and all that. So if 50% rate poorly, that's the number of persons who rate the person. Now, if 5% rated the other person 4.9, you wouldn't say that because 50% rated poorly, the person is the best. That's what I want to find out here. So that's what I'm trying to explain here, rather. So you use the highest level of rating to judge. And what is the highest level of rating? 4.9. So on the line of 4.9, who is the highest? That is 4, and that's Ibrahim. If you look at it critically, 3 did not rate for Adeze. 34 minus 3, you have 31. 1 did not rate for Ibrahim. 33 minus 1, that's 32. 2 did not rate for Neka. 33 minus 2, you have 31. So if you look at the aggregate 2, 32 is the highest. But that is not the proper way to that's not the proper way to analyze it. The proper way is look at the highest rating, which is the 4. So that's just the explanation that will guide you to make your decision when it comes to that particular kind of objective. Okay, so let's go further. What period has the highest complaints? Copy. I always like to copy the smaller ones. What period has the um, highest complaint? Okay, so let's look at the date. The date in a row, you have 2022 to 2030, and you track the customer name here. Remove the status. Okay, so this plus, let me explain this. This plus can extend year to quarter. If you click on it, you see quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4, and extend all of it. But because we have how many years here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if we have all the quarters for 9, it will be too long. So we leave it on yearly basis. So period, this is number 8. Okay, yeah, that's number 8. Period with highest complaints. Let's look at the last one. What are the top three complaints. Top three complaints that you can get it from the issues here. So you don't have to do another analysis for it. So the top three complaints are okay. Let's do it to get the analysis properly. Let's do the analysis. That will give us a better view of it. Issues. Then we sort it largest to smallest. Okay, yeah. So buffering issues, payback problem, payment error. These are the top three complaints. So you can highlight it if you wish. Okay, so we have completed the analysis. It's number 9. Top three complaints. So by this, we are done with the analysis of all the objectives. So if you've listened and you've watched up to this moment, I want you to go over it again and also use another data set to try. The principle for analysis using pivot table or Excel is the same. What you have to figure out is what to put in a row and what to put in a column and what to put in a value. Now, let me also remind you again, value is for counting or for summation. If it is amount and you want to sum amount, you bring amount into values. So the principles are the same. So thank you if you've watched up to this moment. The next thing we will look at after this particular lesson or class is how to design the dashboard. So I see you in the next video.